Well, hello everybody, it's Bug Eater 64 here, and I want to welcome you to Air Hauler 2 in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to be flying a flight from Miami, from my home base at Miami Executive, and we're going to fly to Tampa Executive. It's about 200 miles. And we'll make a little bit of money if everything goes well. This is the first time I'm going to be using Track IR in this first part of this flight. And the next flight, I'm going to try and use the VR. Still doing some fine tuning on that, but that should be fun, and we'll see how that goes. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the aircraft and get this mission started. See you inside. Okay, so here we are at Miami Executive Airport, my home base for Air Hauler 2 in MS2020, and we're in the 172. So we're just starting a business again, and we'll see how things go here. We've already picked our mission, like I said, and we're going, this is KTMB, KTMB, having a great day today. And we're flying to 3 F as in Frank, D as in David, 1, which is Tampa Executive, which in this game, there is a single runway, which is 1,500 feet long. So that's why I'm using the 172. So we'll check our fuel here, make sure that everything is set up and ready to go. So let's get the aircraft started here. Fuel pump on. Beacon on. Okay.
TOS system test. Okay.
All right. The engine started. All righty. Now, when I was doing a test flight, I think there's still a fuel burn issue as to it's burning more fuel than it's supposed to. But we'll get our flight plan set up here. In order for me to carry a little more weight for the distance, I adjusted my fuel, so there's less fuel. Now, I should have plenty of fuel to go 200 miles. But we shall see. So anyway, let's get this flight plan going here. And fly the GPS, fly the purple. There, that little insert, don't need it. Yeah, well, I know this is tedious for some of you, and I am sorry for that, but some things just must be done. Everything in its own time, as they say. So, lightening up with KTMB, our starting point, which is my home base. And looks like we're connected to Air Hauler 2, so that's looking good. And as we go through this, just want to take this opportunity to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Hope you had a wonderful time and were able to spend it with family and friends. And for those of you that weren't, hope you were able to enjoy the holiday also. As we get ready to start a new year, so we will set up our destination. 3 Foxtrot David 1. And if you type in 3 Foxtrot David 1 into SkyVector, it does not come back as it does in the simulation as Tampa Executive. It comes back as to, I think it's Oconee something medical center. And it is not a runway. It
Yes,
is
please.
a heliport for the hospital. So interesting little tidbit there. Taxi rides, nav lights, and we're ready to go there. Heat on. And you may hear the co-pilot from time to time in the background. Not to worry. It's coffee time.
Miami approach American 2706 is at 9,700 feet, descending 3,000 feet.
Okay.
American 2706 might...
So we'll get the
KTMB Airport
ATIS.
information Sierra 1800 Zulu. Wind 326 at 15. Visibility 10. Sky condition, few clouds at 500 feet, few clouds at 4,200 feet, few clouds at 12,100 feet. Temperature 16. Dew point 10. Altimeter 30.14. ILS runway 9er right and visual runway 9er left in use. Landing and departing runway 9er right and runway 9er left. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Sierra. To Miami Airport information Tango 19er.
All right, so let's get our clearance. Taxi for takeoff.
To Miami ground, Buggeater 64 Alpha Delta Delta X-ray with uniform request taxi to the active straight out departure. Buggeater 64 Alpha Delta Delta X-ray taxi to and hold short of runway 9er right using taxiway Alpha Charlie Echo Delta Juliet cross runway 31 Lima. Contact tower on 118.9er when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway 9er right via taxiway Alpha Charlie Echo Delta Juliet cross runway 31 Lima Buggeater 64 Alpha Delta Delta X-ray.
Okay, so we got that done. We've got a long taxi. Under runway 9. So okay. Okay, right now I'm not using the track IR. Got it disengaged. And so air hauler is telling us we need to taxi take off. So that's exactly what we're going to do. The windsock is showing at 27 is where we should take off. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come down here to 27 and I'm going to take off, which is going to piss ATC off something awful. We are going to take off here. They'll check things Make sure we got flaps down in takeoff configuration. And get ready to have the tower tell me, Bug Eater 64, you weren't clear for takeoff. And I'm going to tell them, sorry about that. I'd prefer to take off into the wind. Than with the wind. Double check our trim, but we don't get any real surprises there. And there is something coming at me on the runway. Could be why he wanted me to hold. But we're taking off anyway. We're going for it. Yeah, it looks like a truck. Wave as we go by.
Bug Eater 64 Alpha Delta Delta X-ray, you were not cleared to take off.
My butt. So that probably means I can't use ATC for most of the rest of the flight. I didn't acknowledge what he said, so. Alright, but the flight is going well. We're going to double check our trim.
Bank angle.
Yeah. Trim is always an issue. I've known every time I've flown the 172, I've had problems with trim. But once you get it trimmed up, it's a good flying airplane. Okay, so we are getting very close, and I've got my track IR off now, so. And there it is. There's Tampa Bay Executive, and we'll see how it looks. Said according to the sim, it's got a runway, it's actually 1,588 feet. So, pretty short runway. And that's one thing with the 172 that's nice. We can approach very slow. So what we'll do is when we come in, we'll end up, of course, we'll be at full flaps for this landing and probably a speed of 65, 62, something like that. It's been a beautiful day. It's a beautiful flight. Weather is perfect. And we set our fuel at just about perfect. And we've got the low fuel warning for both tanks up, but we're doing fine. Look at that runway if we can see it. Nestled between all those trees. Don't see a single building. Don't see any taxiways and so on. And after looking this up on SkyVector, I can see why. And with this airport, there is absolutely zero ATC communications. So. turning on to our base, and then we're going to very quickly turn on to a short final. A lot of glare with that sun going down.
Minimums. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 10,
And nice touchdown. Trees. There's no taxiways, nothing. Just a runway. Okay, well, I'm not sure if there were any taxiways or anything, but we're gonna take a look, come down here, turn around. Those graphics look absolutely horrible. Yep, no hangars, no. Go down the end of the runway, double check it. But they did put in a windsock. Yeah, I don't think I'll be taking any more missions for this location. This is absolutely disgusting. Dude, the spawning area looks better than the airport. Oh, that's horrible. Alright, so let's go down here to the turnout and we'll park there to end the mission. We'll at least get paid for it. right over here to the turnout and park it here and call it mission complete. All right. So we alt tab it and over there. And we can unload the cargo. And we can load up the cargo for the return flight, and then we'll adjust fuel. And that'll be enough to get us where we need to go, get us back to home base. Alrighty. So there we have it, our first flight in Air Hauler 2 in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. What an ugly, ugly airfield. Alrighty, well, we made it. Everything went okay. Landing not bad, considering it was hard to see the airport. This is supposed to be an executive airport. It's got a runway of 1,500 feet. That's why I used the Cessna, 172, because I can get in and out using that airplane. But still, no hangars, no buildings. The scenery looked like crap. So not very happy with Microsoft with this particular airfield. I mean, overall, the out-of-the-box scenery with Microsoft has been absolutely fantastic. I love the simulation. But I got to tell you, some of their, and this is supposed to be an executive airport. That's what gets me. And it just was awful. Awful, awful, awful. But anyway, we got the flight done. And so on to the next one. Hope you enjoyed the flight. This, very simple. Boring flights are good flights because that means nothing's going wrong. So, of course, hey, ATC, if they don't look at the wind, when I took off, I was looking at the windsock, not listening to them, and that's why they told me I wasn't cleared for takeoff, and I was at the wrong end of the runway. But I like taking off into the wind and not with the wind. Something about, lift that makes it work better. But we got the job done. So, until next time, this is Bug Eater 64. Hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. And I hope the next year is going to be a very good one for you. And we will see you very soon. So until then, Bug Eater 64 telling you, as always, remember, safe flying.